No, go the other way, the other room. That one's got the creepy little twin girls in it. Don't go to that one. Go the other way. That's a trap. You'll figure it out. George is just doing some virtual reality. I'm just trying to help him out. Today I'm going to talk about 2 different reasons why your diet fails. And when I say diet, I don't mean eat less. I mean like what you eat. Your diet could be Skittles and toilet paper, which is probably what happened earlier this year, which is why everyone kept running out or something. That was weird. So you're probably thinking these 2 reasons I'm going to mention involves me calling out like specific fads or programs or whatever, but not going to do that. Different things work for different people and for different reasons, with different whatever, but these 2 things I'm going to talk about apply to all of them, and they will most likely weed out most of the bullshit, so I don't have to do that anymore. I just remembered I have lamps in my office, so that's why that looks different. You've probably heard of these 2 things that I'm going to talk about, but a lot of people don't go into depth of why they're so important. So that's what I'm going to do today to hopefully really narrow down or go into detail about why they're so important in you reaching your goals. The first of the 2 things I want to talk about is accountability. A lot of people just kind of, when we talk or when we're hanging out or whatever, they always just want to talk about nutrition because they think that's the only thing I want to talk about. So I get a lot of different perspectives from different people. And I hear a lot of people say like, oh yeah, I can do that on my own, or I eat pretty well, and they rattle off some things, and or they just say like, oh yeah, I could do it on my own, I know what I'm doing. And then, I just think, well, why haven't you? But that's easy, right? You have nothing invested, no time, no money, nobody's checking in on you, so you could always say like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. And you don't do it. You need accountability in many areas of your life. It's job, at fitness, and eating, whatever. It's not just for eating better. Even if whatever healthy change or whatever your habit you're trying to develop, you've done it for a while or you've been in the industry or whatever, okay, you can still need accountability. That's okay. Like the example I like to use now is I've worked out for a very long time in my life, but sometimes things get boring or I get lazy or whatever. It's easy to slack off when no one's there telling me, hey, you got to get this stuff done. So I've recently started working with Taylor Made Me Do It, Taylor Made Fitness, and she's been programming for me. So prior, I would just kind of have like a list of things that either I make or I get from different programs I see online or whatever, and I get my list of things that I want to work on that day, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't really have to do that, or okay, I could do that tomorrow, or yeah, I guess I could do something else instead, or whatever, because it's just me. But now she's programming for me, knows all my weaknesses, and has all this stuff written down, and I'm like, I gotta do that, because she's gonna ask me how that's gonna go. Oh, I have to send her this video. Okay, I gotta do that. And it keeps me a lot more structured, okay? And I've been working out forever, and it's still helpful to have someone up my butt and checking in on me and to talk to about like maybe things I'm having difficulty with or well, I want to get better at or whatever, okay? And the same thing goes with nutrition or health or habits or whatever you're trying to do. Even if you have a good handle on what you think you should do or should be doing, it's always way more helpful to have someone with you in your corner, having your back, checking in on you, making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, or if you have questions, have someone there to ask. Nobody knows everything, so it's good to get maybe a second opinion or just pick the brain or whatever, and know in the back of your head, like, I'm going to eat this better, I'm going to do this, I'm going to stay on track because I know my coach is going to check in on me, and I want to make them proud, and I want to make sure that, I'm having success, I'm paying this person. That's another motivator, money. You're paying someone to help you, you better get your money's worth, and you better do what you're paying for, you know what I mean? You're not going to pay someone and then just be like, meh, at least, I hope you don't. So it's easy to slack off when no one's watching. So if it's something that you really, truly want to do and better yourself and get healthy or lose weight or gain weight or whatever it is, okay, having that person in your corner and that person there to talk to, it's a huge, huge, huge factor in your success. And whether you think you need it or not, you do. The second thing I want to talk about is sustainability. You hear this thrown around a lot of different times, like it has to be sustainable, realistic, but what does it really mean? To some people, that could mean counting every single piece of food that they put in their mouth, or it could mean the opposite and counting nothing and just going by feel. It could be, that could mean to someone cutting everything out cold turkey because you have a really addictive personality. Or it could mean, okay, I'm gradually going to ease into this, maybe committing 80% of it and then developing better habits and growing from there. It's really what matters most to you and whatever's going to keep you the most consistent, because whenever you're trying to make new habits and get better and whatever your goal is, consistency is the biggest thing that's going to either make you succeed or fail. So whatever your realistic is, it has to mean that it's maintainable. Because again, if it's not maintainable, you're not going to stick with it. If you're not going to stick with it, it's not going to help you because you're not doing it. Sustainable has to be something that you understand. If you don't know what you're doing or you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you're not going to do it, or you're not going to understand why it's so beneficial for you or why certain things are not beneficial to your goals. And you're not going to understand the difference. And again, it's another major factor of being successful or falling back into old habits. And that whole understanding and education part is a huge part that's often missing in other programs or fad diets and stuff like that, where nobody teaches you anything. They just feed you a bunch of bullshit and say, do this. and then you're like, why? And they're not there to tell you why or why not or anything like that. It can't be something that you hate. Like, you can't wake up and be like, It has to be something that you at least enjoy doing. And maybe not at first, maybe the changes are hard, they usually are, okay, but once you see what the purpose is, it has to be something that you genuinely enjoy and like doing. Otherwise, you're never going to do it. And again, going back to consistency, if you don't do it, even if it's really good for you, you don't do it, it's not going to help you. It has to be something that you can eventually transition into your normal, regular, everyday life. And that means, yes, it includes going to birthday parties or going out with friends or family or whatever, and not feeling so trapped and like you're stuck in like, oh my god, how many calories are in this? Or is this a carb? Like, I don't know what to do. Do I have to pee on a stick later? Like, what am I doing? I don't know how many macros I have left and I don't know what to do. So really what I'm getting at, if once you've built these better foundation, these better habits, if you don't feel confident going grocery shopping or going out to eat or going out with family and friends or whatever and doing regular life things, or you feel like you're not allowed to, then your coach didn't really teach you anything. And this should be something, again, that is sustainable and realistic and something that you can do for the long haul, not just in that short window that they work with you or however long they work with you. If you're still not feeling confident in those areas, then you gotta fix that. And this should be something that you can do on your own. Yes, we talk about accountability, but accountability is not the same as dependability. You shouldn't need a coach forever, and a lot of people aren't going to like that I'm saying this because most coaches want you to depend on them forever, aka pay them forever. And the less they teach you, the more you need them. So where's their motivation to actually teach you anything? Because then you're going to feel, God forbid, you feel confident to do this on your own and not need them anymore. Like, I used to be a teacher. I would not teach so my kids would stay in my grade another year. Like, that makes no sense. The same thing goes for a coach. I mean, at a certain point, the things that you've been doing over the course of however long you're working with that coach, these better habits and things should become second nature to where you're confident in doing this on your own. And if they're just saying like, oh, eat this, don't eat that, hit these numbers, whatever, see you in a week, it's not teaching you anything, and you should probably be reevaluating and asking more questions and see what else they can offer you. If you've seen some of my stuff before or talked with someone I've worked with, like, my whole goal is to get rid of you in 12 weeks in the nicest way possible. What I mean is I want to teach you everything I know in 12 weeks. Okay, it's 90 days. That's how long it takes to create better habits. So you take everything that you learn, the better habits that you created, and we work together to slowly transition you into your real life and into, going on in the real world or whatever. I'm always still here if you need me. That's what, I still work with clients past those 12 weeks. Might be at a less intense version, or like I'm just kind of here and there when they need me. But you shouldn't be relying on somebody 100% forever. That's just, then something's not clicking there and you need to find something else that's going to maybe help you a little bit more succeed. I feel better when people are like, I got this. I'm on my own. Peace out. Thank you for everything. So that's it. Sustainability and accountability. Those two things are very, very, very important, and I can't stress it enough. If the thing that you're looking at or whatever doesn't seem too realistic or doesn't match a lot of the criteria that I've been talking about, maybe run away. I'm supposed to say now like and subscribe in the things and the places. I'm trying to think of where I usually put it. I don't know. That's what she said. He said? Someone said it. Bye. Right? You can do stuff. I want to do something, but if you might just need a. Ow! I'm really bad at this.